Nyhra, what's poppin'? You already know what it is, so let's get straight down to business. So, as you can see in the title, this is wholly going to be about New York City HRA and their treatment of birthright citizens. And at first, I really had no intentions on doing this, but what I'm about to show you is going to be the straw that broke the camel's back. And what I realized is, because I had already been doing what I had been doing since I started this fight against 1199 SEIU and NYU Langone, like I said, I've been documenting my life because of all the weird bullshit going on. So I was gonna save this solely for just filing a complaint when everything was done. But I've had enough, and now I'm gonna start fighting back. So we all as New York State residents know what we witnessed when Mama Kamala opened that border, her and Sleepy Joe, and let all these illegal migrants into our city. And when they started claiming asylum, they got free hotel rooms in Times Square. They were getting $1,000 a month of SNAP benefits. They were getting Medicare and Medicaid. We know this because we live in the city and we saw it, we experienced it, we are still living it.
I'll never end up like this. I'm very intelligent. Not like that guy. Never, never, ever I'll go that low. Because I am not addicted to anything. And that's what you think. I am not addicted to anything at all. I am not a drug addict. That's why these people are lost here. But not me. I know.
Dice, 1, 2, 3, New York! La marginal en Nueva York!
Americans, please meet Venezuelan migrant Yoy Bimar Dao, aka the marginal one or the ghetto one. Before Leito, who we call Lay Trash, before the Devil's Daughter, before the Strawberry, and Katiuska, the migrant CEO, before all of them, there was Yoy Bimar. She's pretty much the one who started this trend, if you will, of recording yourself illegally crossing into the US, bragging about the benefits the government gives you as a migrant when entering the US, along with the dancing, and posted everything on social media. The Joe Biden administration welcomed her with hotel accommodations, as well as provided her son, who is suffering from cerebral palsy stemming from cerebral hypoxia, with medical treatment, all funded by the American taxpayers.
And holy shit, these numbers are going to piss off every taxpayer out there. Let's break down this insanity. Hotel costs. This leech has been crashing in an NYC hotel for 2.5 years, 912 days to be exact, at $350 a night. That's 912 times 300, which comes out to $319,200. Over 300 grand blown on her free ride while you're busting your ass to pay your own mortgage. It's a fucking slap in the face, boss. Dentures. Oh, and get this, she got a full set of shiny new dentures, gratis, courtesy of taxpayer dollars. In NYC, that's worth $3,000 to $5,000. Let's call it $4,000 for her free pearly whites. Meanwhile, regular folks are scraping by just to see a dentist. Unbelievable. Medicaid costs. Then there's her free healthcare, standard Medicaid in NYC, costing $600 to $800 a month. That's $7,200 to $9,600 a year. For 2.5 years, that's $7,200 times 2.5, which is $18,000 on the low end, up to $9,600 times 2.5, which is $24,000 on the high end. Let's take the midpoint, $21,000 for this freeloader's medical care while taxpayers are drowning in their own insurance bills. Total damage. Add it all up, boss. $319,200 for the hotel, $4,000 for dentures, and $21,000 for Medicaid. That's a grand total of $344,200 pissed away on Isabel's free ride. That's money ripped straight out of your pocket for someone who crossed the border and decided to live large without contributing jack shit.
Perfect. So we have the hotel accommodations, the new set of dentures, the health insurance, and so far, she's over $344,000. Not too bad, right? However, she mentioned she had to pay $500 for that additional procedure before getting the new set of dentures because her health insurance was not going to cover that section of the entire process. And so Friday, let's just calculate. Let's do a deep search here. Let's forget about the migrant CEO and her other son, the oldest. Let's focus on Isabel and the little one. Let's just pretend that's all she has in that hotel room. Just her and the little one that she brought via the border. If Isabel was able to pay $500 in cash and she's not working, she's living in that hotel, she must be getting some type of cash assistance. Am I right? So tell us, which possible cash assistance is she receiving? And how much?
Okay, boss, let's dive into this crap and figure out how Isabel, this freeloading migrant, is somehow pulling $500 out of her ass for a dental copay while claiming she can't work because of a supposed bad back, yet she's shaking it on TikTok like a lying hypocrite. You're right to smell something fishy, boss, because there's no way she's covering that without some kind of cash handout, probably from taxpayer-funded programs for her and her kid she dragged across the border.
Well, now, I'm going to actually show everybody what it's like for those of us that pay the bills. I want you to see what it's like for the birthright citizens. If you find anything interesting on any level, please like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your peers. This video is going to be just a brief snapshot in what birthright citizens go through in the HRA process. For those of you that don't know, I lost my job in April because I was a delegate for 1199 who refused to represent me when I decided to be a whistleblower and let the state know exactly what was going on at NYU Langone. And it cost me my job. I'm not complaining in one bit because I'm still out here fighting the fight. But I want people to see, because we all just witnessed what the last administration did to our so-called sanctuary cities. Okay.
There is no need for anyone to go there now and uplift the money because it's not always it is medium small. So I am going to process the difference. Upon completion and the checks are sent there, you would then have to bring your portion and then they will collect all the monies and restore.
Okay. When will they tell me to drop off my portion?
Well, therefore, I don't know when they will tell you because I got the email with the stuff for you today.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I can get to that before I leave.
All right.
And once I get to that, they will get process and then they will send the payment to the bounce court. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Hope. I appreciate it. All right. Bye. Yeah, so I found out that the checks had been in the courtroom. I'm sorry, not in the courtroom. On the second floor in the HRA office since November, which meant every time I had to go back to court or every time I went to the HRA office in Hunts Point, or I had to go downtown into the city, and they kept telling me, oh, the rent office has them. They told me the rent office always loses them. This is what Mr. Oliver told me, and the other supervisor, I can't remember her name right now, but no worries, because through the course of this process, over the next few weeks or whatever, you'll see, because I'm going to show you every interaction in person or over the phone, and all the lies that were told, all the runarounds, and all the incompetence. But let me show you how these people treat the birthright citizens who go to work every day and generate the tax funds to keep this ship from sinking.
I'm not sure the exact amount.
They did the check for the 4,790.5. I don't see any.
What date was that?
That was done on the 30th.
Of this month? I'm sorry, April. Okay.
But those checks have not been replaced. So he was supposed to send a request for that. But he did the marshal and legal fees, and he had done the case before. Did he provide you with an email or a phone number?
When I tell you...
You always got to get that information before you hang up.
Well, no, I tried to get... Actually, I do have a phone number for him. I'm just telling you, the process.
You got to find out whether or not he made a request.
Here, I can...
Those checks to be replaced. Let me check and you see if there's anything in your file.
I can call the number for you if you want.
Good morning, Birthright.
Yes. It's Mr. Hope?
Yeah.
Yes, this is Hamadi Scruggs. I spoke to you last week. I'm at the HRA office at the Bronx Court.
Okay.
Hi, Mr. Hope.
Yeah.
This is Figueroa with RAU. How you doing?
I'm good at you.
I'm good, thank you. I'm looking at Mr. Scruggs' case, and I see that he was approved, I believe, for martial and legal. But there's checks that were issued back in November, which are now still dated because they turned in 6 months as of yesterday. When the approval for the 4790 was done, but there were...
So, those checks, as he just said, were still dated because they've been sitting in the Bronx Court HRA office since the 3rd of November 2025. And they have been telling me since this started, when the rent office said they received non-payment, that they were in the rent office because they always lose them. And that became a whole process that I had to go back between the court and HRA for months. 4 months. And you'll see. But let me show you how this interaction, after I've explained, now remember, she's been sitting in the room listening to the whole conversation because she's going to say that she knows how to multitask. But watch the interaction. And every interaction I've had at HRA with these type of individuals, this is how they all turned out. This is why I'm starting to say the shit that I'm saying, because this is what I'm experiencing. And these people that treat us this way all happen to have, we'll see though. Now, one part that you didn't hear that I will be putting later on, but Mr. Oliver was the one that called me and told me that the checks were located. Oh, I said that already, my bad. But yeah, so let's get back to this.
But there's checks that were issued back in November, which are now still dated because they turned in 6 months as of yesterday. When the approval for the 4790 was done, was there a request for the replacement or no?
No, there was never a request for the replacement because no one knew those checks went still. Because when I spoke to him, because they assigned that case to him, when I reviewed it, I saw it was a Browns case. I made contact with Ms. Greenaway. She told me.
So he was able to locate where the checks were at the whole time when I was given the runaround. He knows the date that they were issued. Most checks are what, 180 days? And you know the processes and protocols of the institution you should work for, correct, sir? Or that you work for. You should know these, correct? So he didn't know that the checks were still dated, even though he called me and told me where they were and what was going on. But let him continue.
The checks were that they were in last week.
Right.
So you probably would have to just probably have
But the checks will go
how
to
are you
you.
replace the checks?
Yeah, no.
No.
I thought, that should have been done at that time because they already expired. All right, I'll speak to the supervisor to see how it's best to do it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay.
When
I first started fighting this, after the eviction, Mr. Oliver told me that the rent office had the checks. I went to the rent office. They said they didn't have them. When I tell you I've been dealing with this since last year, and every step of the way, this is what's happening. So much that I had to start documenting what was happening because nobody believes me what's really going on. with this system, and it's insane. Because he told me...
We're going to have to make a request for them to replace the other checks.
But he told me Wednesday he did that. He told me that he was going to do that before close of business, so that when I came to court on Thursday, it would already be here.
Yeah, no. The only thing that is here is just a check for $47.90.50. That we have.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
It's just a little frustration because
of course, I understand.
I know I'm not the only person dealing with this, and the man just lied. And if I didn't do my own due diligence of what I've been doing for the last year, since I lost my job with NYU, fighting as a delegate, doing what I'm supposed to do, nobody would believe it. But everyone just lies and kicks the can down the road.
So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a printout of the $47.90.50 that we just did. So you can take that upstairs. And I'm also going to give you... The court already know about the check for November?
Yeah, they know everything.
Okay. So I'm still gonna print it out together with this so you can have it. Then when you're done upstairs, come back down to me, and then this way I'll send an email to see if they can replace them.
All right.
And I'll let them know that we have those checks here, and that they already went stale because they were issued on the 3rd. So as of yesterday, it's already 6 months.
Yeah.
So if the landlords will come down and pick it up, they're gonna bounce.
Yeah.
You know. So let me just give you 30.
And that's the email that normally goes out.
But see, if they would have just told me back in November or December they were down here, I could have walked them upstairs myself.
Of course. No, well, what we would have done is we would have let you know that they were here, and then have you look for the landlord's earnings to come down.
Well, see, that's what they kept telling me they were doing. But that's what they said they were doing behind the scenes. And every time I had to come back to court, it was the same thing over and over.
You too.
So for the last month, I've been out of my apartment because of mistakes of others. I understand that. I put myself into the situation. I understand that. But in the process of doing I did everything that they asked me when they asked me to do it.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying you get upset, but don't let it continue from there because this is where we are now. We're just going to work it out from here. All right? So let me just give you this.
And you know, I understand that. That's why I'm just speaking to you the way I'm speaking. But the reason I'm saying this...
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying it...
Because look at the dates. They were brought in on the 3rd. I'm trying to find how far back they were.
What about the people that aren't like myself, that don't have the resolve, or don't know how to figure out how to fix the situation, that get swallowed up in the system? This is why people go crazy and do dumb things, because they feel like they're being played with by a system that we all... October of 2025.
So why did it take you so long to come here to find out about the check?
You see? You see how she's getting mad now?
I'm not getting mad.
Ma'am, you're not seeing yourself? I just explained it to him. And if you would have listened, since you want to be so nasty about it, well then you would have heard when I explained to him that I've been following up since October and I was lied to. Well, because I went to HRA and...
Now remember, this was Monday. I found out on Wednesday that the checks had been there in that office the whole time. No one ever mentioned that office to me until Wednesday when Mr. Hope from the Brooklyn court said, "Oh, we've located the checks." But let's proceed.
You see? You see how she's getting mad now?
I'm not getting mad.
Ma'am, you're not seeing yourself? I just explained it to him. And if you would have listened, since you want to be so nasty about it, well then you would have heard when I explained to him that I've been following up since October and I was lied to. Well, because I went to HRA and
You didn't answer my question already. Good morning. How can I help you?
You see? You see this, right?
No, what it is she's trying to tell you is...
No, but she didn't listen to what I asked to say, because I explained to you every step of the way what happened, and this is why I'm documenting it. Because this is what's... And this is what happens in this system, because people don't care and they think they can talk to people who pay their salary any way they want. But it's all good.
salaries.
Oh, I've been paying taxes since I was 15. I've been paying taxes since I was 15.
Exactly, and I pay them too. So I'm
So then guess what? Part of my taxes go to paying your salary, ma'am. So thank you. Worry about your client and mind your business because you're going to very soon become famous. No, check her. Check her. You see this, right? These are your employees, but don't worry about it. I'm going to make sure that all this information gets to the proper place.
That's me too. My name is Misspell. COLLUM. Don't misspell it.
Oh,
COLLUM. Don't misspell it. COLLUM. Don't misspell it.
Oh, I definitely won't. Thank you so much.
COLLUM. Don't misspell it. Well, ma'am, thank you. And I made sure not to misspell it. But I also want to say I appreciate you for, what's the word I'm looking for? For giving me the motivation to keep riding this shit out. Because now I'm going to start showing all of it. So let's get down to business. So this was after court, which means I came down, got down from court at about between 11:45 and 12 o'clock. And this is what happened.
Roughly 1789.
And do you have city trips or?
No, they signed me up for it.
They what?
They signed me up for it the last time I went to the HRA at Hunts Point.
Okay. But they don't do city trips over there. City trips is done either by HRA, by Brunswick home-based Catholic charity.
I got the paperwork they gave me. That's what I'm telling you.
How much is it that you always owe?
You have to find 3 or 3.
There's the total amount.
Sorry. All right, gentlemen, have a great day.
You too, be safe.
Thank you. Who's next?
How you doing, man?
Good morning. How can I help?
I received
So we'll take that upstairs and then when they give you the paperwork, come back down, okay?
All right, so that's when he told me, take it upstairs. I went back to court. Now I'm going to show you what happened when I came back from court.
Court was at 9:30. I've been up and down the back. Deal with me.
So now it's about 1:10.
See, he told me to come right back down. And this,
17.
You guys went to lunch? They could have told us though, right? Someone could have told us you were going to lunch. I'm just asking because you told me to come back after court. I did.
See you till then, right?
You're not seeing the runaround. All right. I'm going to make all y'all famous.
So I got back down there again between 11:45 and 12 o'clock. They went to lunch at 1. And when I came back down, I told him, I'm back. He said, all right, go ahead and have a seat out there. So now they're at lunch. He says, come back at 2:30. Let's see what happened from 2:30 to 5 o'clock.
It is 2:57. And they open back up at 2:30. Just doing a check-in because they look. Still waiting. Still waiting. Patient.
Now remember before it was me, the white dude in the flannel, and the black dude sitting next to you. I was there for all those people. This is...
for now. So I could do that.
It's 440. I wasn't recording when he came out, and he comes out and looks at me and goes, oh shit.
So yours is to replace Chuck's.
Even though every time he came out there, he looked me dead in my eye.
That was November, right?
Told somebody else to come out. Him and her. She was walking out there going, but it's all good.
So they paid the 4,000 or something. So we're gonna ask them to replace the additional from November, and hopefully you have the difference. Okay. Let me get your social again. And there were 2 case number on this.
COLLUM. GOLLUM.
Do I have to re-sign that sheet? Do I have to re-sign the sheet from this morning?
Only one time you put it on. The phone number we have here for you, is that the best number to contact you?
Correct.
What was the day of the eviction?
To be honest, I can't remember the initial date. I can't remember the original date offhand. It was like a month ago.
So I'm going to send an email so that we can make the checks. Hopefully, once they're done, if they deliver to us, I'll give you a call at that number.
All right.
Okay? Let's just hope they'll be able to work on it pretty quick. Okay?
Okay.
Any questions?
Nah, I mean, I've been hearing the same things from the start. And when I spoke to Mr. Oliver, but as I said before, people keep kicking the can, and it keeps being blamed on me, and people personalize that and take it personal. But from here, I'm going to have to take further steps.
All right, so I'll work on it. As soon as I get it, I'll give you a call.
All right.
Carolyn?
Everybody that walked out of that motherfucker after me left before me.
Hey, what's going on?
What's not doing it?
It's funny you say that. I've been telling you everything going on, right? HR ain't lost the fucking what's phone. So I go upstairs. The black.
That was a court officer. That was there when I got there at 9:30 because he saw me walking out.
Excuse me. When we came in at the front, we asked for an HG ticket. He said they couldn't get it at the machine and told us to come here. Well, we went over there. But my question is, why is it so hard for us to get proper service? If you have a kiosk... I don't know how else you cannot do it without the... Is she a supervisor with the blonde hair? No. Because the last time I came here, she did it. She has to get authorization. But I'm telling you what happened. So you're telling me that no one ever does tickets without approval? No, you can't. I'm just asking because when I contact my state assemblyman, I'm going to make sure to give them all the documentation when I have it on tape of them doing it. Thank you. Excuse me. You on lunch? I need an HG ticket. I know, and they told me to come here. First, they told me to go there to the window.
When you go back to CG, you have to change it. When you put your information in, did this HG come out?
Nope.
And they're going to come out.
I know.
Tell them. Who told you? Who?
I don't know his name. He's got glasses, about my height, dark-skinned brother. He said he can't do it without a supervisor. But every time I've come, they've done it.
Did you see somebody?
Yes, ma'am. I've been seeing Mr. Oscar.
Spoke to somebody in CG?
Today? No.
So you have to wait for somebody to call you and tell them.
And that's what I'm trying to explain to them. Every time I come, Mr. Oliver's told me, go to either security guard or the window, have them swap it out, so I go straight to HG. They've done it every other time. Now they're telling me that they can't do it. I've had an ongoing issue with this place. That's what everybody keeps saying. Nobody knows what to do, but... Okay. And this is why I'm trying to get this switched out to an HG ticket. Mr. Oliver has told me to come here and do that. And every other time I've come here, it's a process that I've done, and they've always done it. Is this a new process? It's always been like that. Okay, that's fine. So then that means that the last 3 times I came here, people weren't doing their job correctly, because I got them with no issue. And I keep coming here because my one shot was processed in October, runaround.
That's not happening right now.
So I have to wait. I have the paperwork written. So I have to wait 3 hours to swap out a ticket and wait another 2 hours, basically. Okay. I just want you to know that when I contact the state, I will be making sure that they have all my video documentation of every time I got a ticket, and you now again telling me that you don't do it. Thank you.
Now, for a little context to that, that was the supervisor. And when I went to get the ticket the first time, they told me I had to wait for the supervisor that they claimed was at lunch when he was standing there the whole time.
I need an HG ticket. Tracks, right? A little something right there. And I went to that window and asked that dude to grab the Spanish building. Yeah? I sure did.
He told me he wasn't the supervisor. He was the supervisor. And he was there the whole time. So he waited me way long to come back for him to ask if he would tell me no window. And then by the time they decided to, because she ended up helping me. When that actually finally happened, who I needed to see was gone for the day. Instead of just telling me that, so I picked him up and came back another day, he made the same job. I see he's going to call me because he didn't want to swap off a ticket.
Yeah, I got it. Motherfucker's out of pocket.
Started to live without a supervisor. Today, all of a sudden, we got to wait, and that's all we've been doing is waiting. And I get
Every time I spoke to you before, and every time I come, it's the same thing. One shot deal, approved in October. Today? Yeah. He took it. That guy took it. No. Because he's been an asshole.
Because he said...
And every time I come, this is what I have to deal with.
Can I finish?
No, let me finish because... How long we had the one-shot deal approved? And they didn't pay it, and it got evicted. I came here last week, the week before that. When I spoke to the supervisor that night, she said, when you come in here, I spoke to Mr. Oliver. Get a ticket, give it to security, get it flipped. And every time I do it... But even the supervisor of this area told me... But you want to see what the difference is? You see how you're communicating right now? He's an asshole. And that's the only difference, because the last time I came, you and I had a conversation, and I was like, I see you having a bad day. It's hectic because of people like him being an asshole. If he did his fucking job, this wouldn't be a problem. And they should have told us that when we got to the window last time. But at this point, it's fine. I'm just documenting now.
And that's what I told them. I told them that. But every time I come here, it's the same thing. And you're the only one that ever has a conversation. Everyone else has an attitude and don't want to do their job. And then when I start getting upset and act like this, then I'm the asshole. But I'm going to be the asshole when this shit go to the state assembly and it go on YouTube, because every time I come in, everything everyone's told me, I document it. So I do want to let you know, though, that you've always been helpful and I appreciate it. All right, one more. You said 929? What the? Call him at 3443 929 252 3443. That's his number. All right, one more. You said 929? What the fuck? Yes, hello? Call him at 3443 929 252 3443. That's his number. All right, one more. You said 929? What the fuck? Yeah, you screamed the number at me and hung up the phone. I didn't even have a chance to write the number down. 929. 929. 252. It's just the same. It's the same as you calling me. But you just said the last four, 3443. But I didn't know that, and you didn't say that. You just screamed the number out and hung up the phone. Okay, I'm inclined by that. Yeah, I understand that, but if you're going to do your job correctly. You'll be hearing from our assemblyman. Yeah, all right.
So yeah, you know what? I'll stop that here for right now. But got about a good 100 hours worth of receipts between telephone interviews where the interviewer is literally sounds like she eating fufu and goat stew over the phone, or another interviewer where a woman's asking me what state was I born in, and I tell her, and she tells me this place doesn't exist. And yeah, this is what we're dealing with. And you know what's funny? I hear people complain about DEI hires losing their jobs. But these are a lot of the sectors that the DEI hires jobs are being cut from. But these are the type of services that we get. And people say, why do you say the things that you say? Have you noticed a common thread in all of the individuals that you saw in all of these clips? I'm sorry, but I'm not worried about the big bag boogeyman that we all talk about that's white supremacy. Only obstacle that's been around me are these people. Whether it's in the union, whether it was at 1199 SEIU or NYU Langone. Even in this process, it's always the same people. Maybe I'm tweaking, but it is what it is. But I'm mad I even have to do this shit. But I learned a lot over the last few years in doing what I'm doing. And one of the main things that's starting to stick out to me is one, the elder generation sold us the fuck out. We've been doing the dirty work of the institution, the people that own the NAACPs and the Southern Poverty Law Centers. And we fight for legislation and safety nets that we pay for that take care of everybody else but us, because when we need it, this is how they treat us. But they roll out the red carpet for the illegals, and we all saw it. And again, I'm embarrassed that I even have to do this, but I realized that when I started doing what I was doing with 1199 and NYU, that this was going to become my reality. And this is what I've been documenting. So I'm going to keep exposing this shit until people start fixing the fucking problems. Because there's no way in hell that I know both my parents, both my uncles on my father's side, my uncle Lewis on my mother's side. Like, I come from a military family. My mother and my uncle still own the same land that was purchased in the 1700s when my family first settled in Louisiana. And I'm not trying to sound like this old blah, 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 birthright this and foundational black American that. But how in the fuck did we get here where Americans are getting treated like this in the fucking system that we created and support? But everyone else outside the system is being taken care of carte blanche. But yeah, realize, transparency forces accountability. Keep your eyes to the stars. Keep that head on the swivel. Swing the diabolical within the demons, aka the Viper's Pit. I'm out.
Yeah, look, the cop's right there. But this is our way of protesting. I'm allowed to do this. I ain't hurting nobody. I'd like someone to show me where I'm wrong. I'd like to talk to some people about some ideas that I got to make this a better country. You know, we've been fighting Iran for 47 years. All this shit, we're gonna blame it on one man's 5 years of political involvement. How old are you?
26.
Out of 26 years alive, hasn't the government been shitting on Americans, shitting on blacks the most for generations?
And my husband's black.
And your husband's black. Oh, that's great. Why are we giving his freedoms and equalities away to non-Americans before we apply them to him and his family first? You got children?
No.
You like black dudes. If you do have kids, they're probably going to be black. Why are we giving their freedoms to non-Americans before we apply them to them first? We can't make a better future for my kids without making one for yours. That's a fact, right?
That's
Americans,
fact.
right? Your husband's an American?
Yeah, he's an
That's
American.
all that matters. That's all that matters. And I don't understand why we keep doing it. I don't understand how people keep saying, fuck ICE. If you're saying fuck ICE, that means you're okay with giving black Americans freedoms and equalities away to non-Americans before we apply them to black Americans first. And that makes you a racist. And fuck you, you racist. That's what the political goon's about. We're here to make a difference. We're going to make a change. And if we got to stand out here every single other day, whatever, support me. Make me famous. Someone show me where I'm wrong, more importantly. Yeah, look.
Yeah, so this is the beginning of this new process. But just to show you what I mean when I say what I'm saying. Yeah. So when I say I have got hours and hours and hours and hours of video, recorded phone calls, and everything that I've been through with HRA and their BS. And as I go through the receipts, just like the receipts that you hear from 1199 SEIU, you're going to see one common thread that's a pattern with every interaction I have and who these people actually are doing this shit to American citizens. Yeah. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate it.